Hey, what's going on, everybody? So this is Johnny Manic Skates, and people have been asking me through chat about, hey, how come you don't make a glue up video? So here's your glue up video. So first thing we gotta do here is lay up the board. So here's how it goes. Long grain between two cross grains, then a long grain on top of that, a long grain on the bottom. So it goes long, cross, center, long, cross, long, and then it face on each side. Boom. A couple things that you're going to need to glue up. First off, I'd highly suggest an apron. So when you're gluing fast, it starts splatting just like paint on a wall. Oh, and that's why you wear an apron. Parchment paper or wax paper. And what it does is it not only keeps the glue off the board, but it keeps it off your molds. You can reuse it too. So you can see this has already been used a few times. Once it dries, you can just flick the glue off and reuse it, so you don't have to be so wasteful. I also use a masonite sheet on top and bottom just to give it that extra pinch. You don't have to do it, it's just something I do. It works really well, and I don't like chances of delam. Maybe it's over engineering, maybe it's over protective, I don't know, but it always fixes everything. You're gonna need something to apply the glue. When we first started, we would use a paint roller, paint tray, pour some glue in it, roll it. It worked. It just didn't seem to be as fast and consistent as using this glue roller. So you pour glue into it, and it's got this wheel, almost like a little gear. And when you push down, the foam roller touches that, makes it spin, and it pulls the glue out of the hopper onto the wheel. So you can go back and forth. Then you pull the trigger, it keeps the wheel from touching the gear, so no more glue comes out, and then you just spread the glue around. But when you're doing 4 boards like we do at a time, because we have a 4-deck offset, you got to be as fast as possible, and that way it doesn't set up before you get it into the press. And I use a little bit extra glue to make it have a longer open time. The more glue, the longer it takes to dry, right? You're going to need some glue. Type on 2, type on 3. A lot of makers use that. We use something similar. It's called multi-bond skate. I get it in 5-gallon buckets and then just pour it into old 1-gallon, whatever these are called. I don't even know. 1-gallon container, whatever. Type on 3 is very similar, if not the exact same thing as multi-bond skate. Type on 2 is more cost effective. Type on 3 has some waterproof properties. So with making skateboards, whatever you can do with wood to try to protect it from delams and stuff like that. So it does cost a little more, but we really like using multi-bond skate type on 3. I've heard of people getting like 12 to even 14 boards out of 1 gallon. So they're doing 1 board at a time and they're just barely putting it on because it's still gonna be wet when it gets in the press. We use extra so then we get a bunch of squeeze out. It's wasteful, but I'd much rather have a strong board that doesn't have any chance of delamming. So what we use an excess glue, we don't have to warranty boards for delams. Oh, watch out, 1 second. Okay, so we got our veneers faced up. We're gonna be doing 4 boards. And remember, this is the face veneer, it's smooth. You don't ever wanna glue on the smooth side. So you flip it over onto the rough side of that face veneer. Read the instructions on your glue. I believe setup time is like 12 to 15 minutes. So you gotta go fast. Pour it in there. So I'm gonna go forward and back, forward and back with it open, then close it and go diagonal, back, diagonal, back. So this is when you're doing a lot of boards and you don't want it to dry, you'll see that that's a little bit more glue than most people will put on the board. But you can like scratch your fingernail. That's when you know you have enough glue. So forward and back, open, forward and back, open, close it, diagonal, back, diagonal, back. And sometimes you'll see these little ripples in the veneer. It's totally fine. Your press will flatten that out, but you want to make sure that the glue is getting everywhere. No dry spots. And as even as you can. Now, you put it on top of the other veneer and push it down a little bit. Make sure it's all squared up. And then hold it in place. Forward, back, forward, back, diagonal, back, diagonal, back, left, right. See this little ripple right there? Didn't get all the glue, like that. There you go, next one. Normally my dad helps me out here too, so he's helping me flip it so I don't have to put the glue gun down. But he's at Disneyland with my nephew, so we'll just run it solo today. Now you're noticing that I'm only doing the stitching part on the side closest to me, because usually the way that I'm doing it, unless I see a dry spot up here, for some reason it gets more than enough glue, so I don't have to stitch the top. Unless there's a ripple. A little ripple right there. Me and my dad call those potato chips. The potato chip veneer. Another potato chip. That's okay. Let's get that glue in there. We don't want D-lamps. Rolling this glue by hand too is pushing it into the fibers of the wood, which will make a nicer bond. The wood is soaking in, or the glue is soaking into the wood. More attention to detail. And here's the last one. This is the face. Rough side staying up. And that is one board. All right, so I'm not gonna bore you with gluing up the other three boards. You get it, right? You have the trigger open, roll forward, back, close it, diagonal back, stitch the end, right? Flip it. Okay, now put it in the press. Now I got them into the press, and you can see I'm getting squeeze out. That means they didn't set up before I got them into the press. When nothing comes out, personally, I get nervous. I crank down the jacks until I cannot crank them anymore. There's no science behind it for me personally. I just crank them till they won't crank. And then leave it overnight. So I have left these in for just over 24 hours just because I got busy. But we'll open this up. There we go. Take out the masonite. Now that's what I was talking about with the paper. Keeps the glue off the mold, and then I put packing tape all over the side so I can peel the tape up and all the glue's gone if I want. But I don't. And here they are. All right, let's take them outside. And then the paper Just comes right up. There's that extra glue I was talking about. No D-lam there. Nice. And then I'll date them. 10, 12. That way I know how long they've been curing. And then this is the pool mold, and it's the top press, so P1. That way if somebody wants a steeper concave, I grab a P1. If they want a mellower concave, and I'll grab P4, etc. So this basically gives me 4 different options with this particular mold. So when you get the boards out of the press, you want to let them dry out. So I have them on this drying rack where air can get on top and bottom. I also have a dehumidifier over there, taking the moisture out of the air. And then once they've been sitting here for, I don't know, 3 or 4 days, then I'll put them in a stack so they don't twist. So there's stacks all over the place in here. More stacks, more stacks. But you get the idea. Let them dry out, stack them up, they don't warp. And then you can shape them and then ship them out. So that's it. That's how you glue up a board, and you put it in the press, and then you take them out and you let them cure for, like, I don't know, a week, 2 weeks, a month. Let them dry. If you like what you saw, like and subscribe, share our channel, go to our website, manicskates.com. You could buy boards, you could buy records from our band Johnny Manic and the Depressives. There's some limited t-shirts and hoodies in different sizes. I don't know. Check it out. Bye.